Hello! In previous videos, I've used this TP4056 charge stroke boost converter board to power my quiz buzzers and garden fireflies. If you haven't seen these videos, then make sure you check them out. In this video, we're going to look at some improvements I strongly recommend you make to those projects to prolong the life of the 18650 battery. So this all started when I was in the garden the other night, enjoying the ambience and relaxing, when suddenly I noticed my fake fireflies behaving very strangely. Yeah, they're not supposed to do that. So I fetched in the controller, thinking the Arduino might have gotten damaged or something, but what I found wasn't what I expected. I removed the battery and powered up the circuit, and to my surprise, everything worked perfectly. Then it occurred to me to check the battery, and it had discharged to 2.2 volts, which seemed a little low. After some googling, I discovered that the 18650 lithium-ion batteries should not be discharged below 2.5 volts, but can be charged up to a maximum of 4.2. So I took another look at the listing for this board from Amazon. Surely a charge controller board that included an output boost converter for powering your project should have been perfect for what I'm doing, right? Well, let's test it. So I've connected up my power supply to the battery connections. I'm going to use the power supply to simulate the battery voltage. I've connected my multimeter up to the power supply so you can see what voltage I'm simulating. Now, I've set the output of the controller to approximately 5 volts and connected a lamp to it as a load, as well as the red LED meter showing the output voltage. They're not very accurate, but it's fine for what I want to do. Now watch what happens as I slowly decrease the input voltage. You'll notice the board does what it's supposed to do, maintain the 5 volt output. Okay, now we're below 2.5 volts and the lamp is still powered up and getting 5 volts. This really isn't good. Okay, at 2 volts, it looks like the boost converter circuit, the bit that gives the 5 volt output, gives up at this point, but if you look carefully, you can still see the lamp is lit a little, and it's being supplied by 2.5 volts. This is absolutely terrible. And as I continue to turn down the voltage, you'll notice the board still continuously attempts to supply power. This will damage the battery. I hadn't expected this. This was a bit of a surprise. I'd assumed the board had all the required charge and discharge circuitry included, given its intended purpose, but it appears it doesn't. So let's go back to the Amazon listing and take a look at the reviews. Well, the first 2 reviews look okay. The third review doesn't look great. It killed their batteries too. I'm not surprised. So how do we fix this? Well, there's 2 possible options. The first is we can just buy so-called protected batteries. These batteries are slightly longer than the standard 18650 battery because they include a small protection circuit on the end, which can protect against things like overcharge, over-discharge, short circuit and overheating. These batteries are much safer to use and I'd recommend switching to these where possible. That being said, I don't have any of them, so I'm going to go for a different approach. I ordered this little module from eBay, which features the DW01 chip and a dual MOSFET package. The DW01 chip is specifically designed for this situation. It has 2 specific outputs. One's for controlling charge and the other one for discharge, and can be used in conjunction with a MOSFET to disconnect the battery to prevent overcharging and over-discharging. So after waiting for the post to arrive, I connected the battery to this module and the output of this module to the TP4056 charge controller board. Now let's give that another test. This time I'm showing the simulated battery voltage with the blue LED display. The multimeter I'm using to show the output voltage from the board, and it's showing 5 volts like it should. Now I'm going to slowly decrease the simulated battery voltage. It's all looking good so far. Oh, now the battery voltage has dropped below 2.5 volts, the lamp's gone off, and the multimeter has dropped to 0. This is exactly what we need to happen. So I'll add this to my fireflies project, and the problem should disappear. Well, it just goes to show, you shouldn't trust any random module you buy from the internet without trying to understand how it works. I've now got 4 quiz buzzers to upgrade too. I hope you found this interesting and useful. If so, consider subscribing or supporting me on Patreon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.